Collective gang, what it do, boo? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message from my beautiful collective gang. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guys, please come through. Give us exactly what we need to know, in addition to the very little that this person wants us to know, okay? That has already come out for my collective gang. This could be for absolutely any zodiac sign, you guys. Just take what resonates, leave the rest, as these messages are general, okay? Keep that in mind. Use your own intuition, okay, and discernment to guide you towards the messages that are here for you today, and leave the rest. All right, be respectful of the messages that are not, because, you know, we're here as a collective. It's a large group of us, you know what I'm saying? We're growing. Truly appreciate you guys. If you would, before we hop into this, go ahead and give me a like, guys, right? Smash that like button, smash the like. It's one of the easiest and free ways to donate, okay, energetically to the channel. It helps people find us on the platform and lets them know that we exist, okay? Also, shoot me a little comment down below, a little hey girl, hey, that's the roll call, y'all, okay? That's where we converse. I don't get to respond to every single comment, but I love to read them all and get my life down in those comments. So shoot me a little hey girl, hey, put your zodiac signs down below so I know what we working with. And if you have not already made it official, what were you doing? What's happening? Okay, I would love to have you. We would love to have you join the gang. We're on the road to 20K. We're almost there, guys, right? Like, it's so exciting. So go ahead if you want to make it official and click that subscribe button. Once again, we would love to have you. Smash that thing and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload on the channel. Very underwhelming, I would say, pre-shuffle. Okay, this card actually came before I cleansed anything. I want to be very honest. And I kind of thought it was meant for me to put it back in the deck, but then it popped out again. So it's meant to be here with us. It's the only card that resides here with us. There are so many downloads that I've been getting from just this one card. So for those of you who can't see it, because I feel like it's kind of blurred out from afar. So that's also a download. There's something kind of blurry, murky, gray. There is a gray area in this connection. You might be very clear about how you feel, where this is going, what you're going to do. But this person, they may be the ones experiencing the gray area. Please keep in mind to place yourself where you belong in the storyline. It sounds like I'm talking about your person or vice versa, then it is so. The Three of Wands. Okay, so lots of fire energy. Starting right off the bat. I find it ironic that it comes out with fire, because fire is about action. However, the Three of Wands in particular is about non-action. It's about waiting, in fact. You yourself may be a fire sign, so that's Aries, Sag, Leo, or this person might be. This could just be the energy that they are battling with, right? Fire energy wants to take action. It wants to step up to the plate. It wants to do what needs to be done. It's not about, you know, seeing if something happens. It's about making shit happen, right? Putting a little pep to your step, putting some actions to those words. When this is quite the opposite, but I feel like this person feels as if they have to wait, okay? I definitely heard a specific download, you guys, and I feel like it's for the majority of you who will resonate with this message. The waiting is about a test. Okay, I don't know how I feel about the phrase test yet, because we only have just this one card here. So I have to pull some more cards to decide whether or not this test, quote unquote, is something that you should be given a side eye. Now, I will say, right off the bat, anybody who feels like they need to test you, that's a red flag, right? Let's just call a thing a thing. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a deal breaker, is what I mean, however, okay? It's still a red flag. It's still something to pay attention to. There's a test. I feel like this person is testing you. They did something. Something has gone down for sure. Something happened, okay? I don't know if this happened a long time ago, or if this is something that just popped off, or if this is something that it's getting ready to pop off. That is how my tarot goes, is fluid, right? Once again, take it how it resonates. Don't force shit to fit. Something has gone down, or something is about to go down. This person needs to, they are trying to see something. They're trying to see something about you. They're taking a certain action, doing a certain thing, saying something, triggering you, doing something very specific. And this is supposed to determine how much they can either get away with, and also how much you value yourself. Okay, this is about them trying to monitor and gauge your self-love odometer. What? Yeah, like your scale of self-love. Okay, your self-worth, what you will tolerate, what you will put up with. I'm seeing this happening in a multitude of ways, guys, right? So this energy could be showing up in details differently for all of you, right? As we are here as a big group, like I said. But that fact still remains. This person is doing something specifically to test you, and they're kind of waiting. They're sitting back in the wings to see how you are going to react. They're trying to see how you're going to approach this, how you're going to react to this. What will be the consequences be if they did something that would need consequences, right? They're trying to see how you're going to maneuver this. They're waiting. Okay, so this person has been waiting for you to come back. They've been waiting for you to come back, or they've been waiting for you to speak up about it. So if you're still engaging with this person to any extent, you haven't spoken about it, you haven't even mentioned it, that does make them nervous. The fact that you haven't brought up this incident, or you kind of are not addressing it directly, you might just be falling back. So the actions might suggest there's distance with the Three of Wands, but there hasn't been a cut off, okay? If you feel like you cut this person off by just removing yourself, they don't see it that way. They're still waiting, right? Like they're still trying to see what's up, what's going on. I don't feel like the majority of you have cut this person off just yet. I don't. Okay. They are also not saying anything. They want to see if you're either going to take them back, if that is how, if things are in limbo. They're kind of wanting to see if there will be any quote unquote consequences. I'm hearing two different examples, but this could be different for all of you. So please do not force it to fit. This is just one example. It could be a number of things where somebody will see if they can disrespect you and what your response will be to that disrespect. That's how they are going to gauge how far they can go, how far they can take things, or what they can get away with, what you will tolerate, right? The specific examples that I'm hearing is this person either talking about other people to you to let you know that they're dating other people, just to see what you will say, to see if that is something that is acceptable, especially if this was not exclusive. This can also show up as this person disappearing, okay, and then popping up like nothing happened, right? So those are just two examples, but I do get that the test is quite disrespectful. They want to see how you are going to approach this, what their consequences will be, if any, what your next steps will be, what you're going to say. This is all a test. They're trying to gauge how much they can get away with, or they're trying to gauge how much you will tolerate, how much you will take. For some of you, this person may also be trying to gauge whether or not you are blinded by this relationship, meaning you will tolerate whatever in order to keep them, or in order to have them, or in order to have this thing, right? Are you thirsty for a connection or a relationship to where they can get away with blatant disrespect? Now, here's where it's sounding kind of silly, right? Like less than smart on this person's end. You're taking a gamble, ma'am, sir, bruh, sis, because this test can in fact backfire in your face. And for some of them, it actually will. Okay. This person doesn't actually want to lose you. They don't. But I get this person being the type of individual who probably comes at a cost, right? Whether that's an emotional cost, whether that is a financial cost, there's a liability lying beneath this person's character, their ability, and what they do. They know how they get down, so they need to see how much you can take, right? How much pressure they can apply. I don't get this person understanding that if this ends, they will very much so be in a position of, I said the Three of Swords by accident. This Three of Wands is going to convert into a Three of Swords, which is heartbreaking. It may feel like betrayal. It will be very painful, quite emotional for them, because I feel like they almost believe very much so that you're going to fail this test. They're just kind of waiting for the sign, the signal to move further, to do things further. So I don't know what's up with them, like what the point of this is, unless they're trying to get away with something specifically. I also see this person losing patience, because you might be taking a long time to address this, to bring this up, or to contact them. They're still waiting. So let's see here. This is very interesting, you guys. Aha, face painting. Okay, this came out crossing. This is them feeling like they're thinking outside of the box. If this person didn't necessarily do something, they may have said something. Okay, this could also be somebody who struggles with trust issues. Maybe they were cheated on in the past, or they were betrayed in the past. So this test is to see if you happen to embody any of that energy. Even though they may have outright asked you, they need to unpack some kind of trust issue that is making them feel as though they need to test you to see how much you really like them. Okay, they're now telling me that for some of you, it has absolutely nothing to do with the examples that I listed. It could just be this person trying to test you to see if you actually are into them as much as they are into you. Again, there's that insecurity from their trust being broken in the past. The problem with this is, even if you validate this person's feelings, right? Like if you validate how you feel about them, or if you reciprocate to them and let them know that this is a connection that you want as well, that you like them, that you love them, whatever, this feels like a never ending thing, right? Because they're not addressing the root cause of their reasoning behind these tests. So we have ascending. Yeah. Overcoming toxic patterns. I'm so sorry that you had to be the one to deal with this, though. I'm be honest, because I don't feel like you deserve this. Yeah, this person has some crazy trust issues, y'all. Here's what I will say, right? I will show them a little bit of grace, because they don't necessarily know how to deal with these trust issues. This could be like an alpha male or an alpha female. They feel like it's, PUSSY to be walking around crying about a bitch that did you wrong in the past. They feel like it's, beneath them, right? Like, I'm a bad bitch. I don't need to walk around and talk about how this guy or these guys, I did say guys, that's plural, right, did me dirty. Maybe a series of betrayals that they've experienced. Once again, it's putting you in the position, unfortunately, to be the one on the receiving end of all of these trust issues that they have, right? So sort of like making somebody who had nothing to do with what you went through in the past pay for it. Okay, so that's like two ends of the spectrum. That's why I said I couldn't tell whether this is like some toxic bullshit that is a deal breaker and you need to run for the hills, or whether it's something deeper. Okay, and I feel like it's split. So you will be the one to decide which one is your person. It does feel very much so split. For some of you, this is your signal. This is your sign to let you know that this is somebody who will always and forever, until they address these root causes, get to the root of the issue, they will always be pessimistic. They will always have these trust issues. I feel like I said that right before this card popped out. I don't get man or woman scorn, but I get like the inability to see their own worth. So they instead test people about their worth, if that makes sense. Like, how much do you truly value yourself? This might actually be a fuckboy or a fuckgirl for some of y'all. And the test that they are giving is because of the lack of security in themselves, right? So they like to move around quite differently. This could be somebody who's very much so still asleep spiritually, because if they had any idea the type of person that they were dealing with in the spiritual realm, I'm talking about you now. This is not to toot your own horn. This is just facts, bitch. Just facts, my guy. This is facts, okay? The fact of the matter is that you could be very much so higher ranking in the spiritual realm. So they're really playing with the wrong one. If this happens to be the fuck boy or fuck girl who is just doing this for kicks and giggles, doing this to stroke their own ego, doing this to make themselves feel better, doing this to validate themselves or fulfill this void, okay, internally, that it's nobody else's fault why you don't like yourself or why you don't love yourself. Ma'am, sir, bruh, sis, can I talk to you for a second? Right. Like, that is nobody's fault but your own. Okay, at your big ass age is what I just heard. I can show you some grace too and let you know that, yeah, we all go through shit in life that really changes the course of our soul's work here, right? It can dim the lights. And for some of us, we're napping. It's nap time because of what happened to you in the past, right? But upon a certain age, you have to start taking accountability for your own life and how it's starting to go. You can't remain asleep. It's time to wake the fuck up. So this person will be overcoming these toxic patterns by way of the connection with you. And I feel like it has a lot to do with this distance. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to outright reject this person, but you may need to take a trip. You may need to get on the road, Jack. You may need to get away for a while. You may need to step back, step away, hands off. Like your work is done is what I'm hearing for the time being. That doesn't mean that there's no potential in the future. But for right now, I feel like them even getting a taste of what a connection could be like with someone with you. Okay. Them having the ability to be in your presence, enjoy you, have access to you, right? Receive the benefits. For some of you, they were receiving too much benefits, but I'm sorry. I won't get off track. I just heard that, okay? I heard this motherfucker ain't even make it past their probationary period. They already got a goddamn work card. They already got PTO, goddamn. They already, able to leave early. They already, they ready to, they can do all of this shit, okay? They got insurance out this bitch. They got life insurance, health insurance, dental insurance, but they got all the motherfucking benefits. You only met them last week. What the fuck going on? What the fuck's going on? Talking to you now. Yeah, we need to take a lap around the block. Distance. There needs to be distance here. So this distance has already happened. This person, listen, they are going to be very much so triggered, okay? With circus tent here, I feel like this person's life has been one of instability. It has been one of uncertainty, okay? So that could be stemming from the childhood. Like I said, I'm hearing like instability, uncertainty. So sort of like a parent who maybe they grew up in like a single parent home, and when the absentee parent said that they were coming to pick them up, they never showed up, right? Like, so that created this kind of wound internally that they're not good enough, or that they don't deserve to have somebody be loyal to them, keep their word, be devoted, right? Trust people. It could be as far back as that, but then you've been running amok your entire adulthood. So we can't blame it on daddy who didn't come around no more. You know what I'm saying? We can't blame it on mama who was doing her own thing. We can't do that anymore. Now we have to start taking accountability for ourselves. We have to start ascending. Okay, if we want our life to look different, you now have the resources as a full, well-embodied, able adult to make those changes yourself. The fuck? You can change it. It doesn't have to stay this way. And I feel like this is somebody who has gotten into the habit of being the victim, right? Blaming people. Yeah, so they put that Three of Wands in the reverse. It's like you can't wait anymore. Like you can't just wait around for shit to happen. If you don't make shit happen, shit will not be happening for you. Things will be staying the same and people will be leaving you behind. This person has been very stagnant. I got off track not off track, but I was intending to definitely extend like love and light and compassion to those of you who are experiencing this connection, because it's sort of like you were fine before you met this person and then they started doing shit to quote unquote test you. Because I have to be honest, I don't feel like this is the first test. You may have been giving this person the benefit of the doubt and seeing the red flags, but kind of hoping that you could just make progress once they feel like they know you a little bit more. Some of you are very smart, very much so smart, very emotionally intelligent. So you could already see by their questions when you met them, by the consistent questions over and over and over, by the insistent questions about your whereabouts, what you do, who you're with, and all of that. You could already see that there were trust issues there, right? But you genuinely like this person, and you also are not the type to judge somebody off of their past, their wounds, and the things that they have going on, okay? But the issue is this started to rub off on you is what I'm hearing. Okay. So this could already be something that you see, like you're conscious of, or this could be subconscious. And now they're making you aware and giving you clarity as to why your money started slowing the fuck down, as to why all of a sudden you're tired. Okay. All of a sudden you're exhausted, bitch. You can't, make the time to hang out with your family or your friends. You're just so tired, or you can only find the time in the day. It seems like the day days are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. You go to work, you go to bed, you get up, you go to work, you go to bed, you get up, and over and over and over again, when it seemed like in the past you had a good work-life balance going on, it's the depletion of this energy. Lower vibrational energy can very much so be depleting. Okay, and if it doesn't align with you, because I don't get that you are dealing with the same issues as this person, but I also get that a lot of you have gone through a spiritual awakening, right? An ascension. And it's not that you're perfect, but you've been able to identify your own shadows, the work that you need to do and the work that needs to be done. And you have been rewarded by spirit in terms of that, right? Like I said, a little bit above this person on the spiritual journey. But then when you start to engage with someone whose energy is as such, that's when you will start to find instability creeping into your life, because that's their energy. Okay? Energy is transferable. Your ascension would have led you down the path to creativity, right? Okay, so face painting. So the creativity is sideways. So if you are creative, if you're somebody who creates normally, you may find that you're not painting anymore. You're not writing anymore. You don't really feel like making your music anymore. You're not really feeling like listening to music, even if it's just you're into the arts, the things that you once loved. Even if you don't consider yourself a creative, you just might not feel like yourself at work. You might not feel as on top of it, not as focused. You may even feel like, damn, when did I start getting so self-conscious, right? About my abilities, my gifts, my talents, things that you would have known yourself to be very good at. All of a sudden you're second guessing it. You're questioning yourself. You're double questioning yourself and then questioning yourself again, right? Not really putting yourself. It's sort of like you have taken on this person's energy for sure. Now that is a fact. And so their energy has infiltrated. This is why we're needing to distance ourselves. Okay. There will be a break here. It has to. Okay. This circus tent also states you are protected, right? So this needed to come out. This needed to be something that you were made aware of, because I feel like you may have been questioning yourself, like, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? When it doesn't always, when you start seeing stagnation and you start seeing your blessings slow down, you start seeing, like I said, that money slow down. You start seeing, opportunities slowing down, right? You start getting more no's than yeses. You start getting less engagement in your business, whatever it is. When you are a person who is spiritually inclined and somebody who has the ability to be introspective, then you look at yourself first. But sometimes it's not you, it's something else. It's either a lover, it is somebody who you are romantically involved with, or someone who you are heavily involved with on a normal basis. Even if it's a family member, right? It could be a friend, somebody that you're always around. Birds of a feather, right? Like that sort of phrasing. Their energy can start rubbing off onto you, as well as any karmic debt. It could be debt that's not even fucking yours. All of a sudden, bank and the banks is calling. Okay, the goddamn debt collectors is calling you. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't spend it. It's not mine. I didn't spend it. No 2 chains. Like, what the fuck? What is going on here? And they're like, yeah, but you've been linked up with such and such and such. And you're like, yeah, but what they got to do with me? They put you down as a reference, bitch. Okay, you're like, what? Yeah. And the same goes vice versa for your energy being a light to this person. Okay, so it's a no wonder that they wanted to do things to hold on to you, to take a grasp of you, dig their nails into you is what I'm hearing. Okay, sort of like possess you, possess your energy, possess who you are, put on your skin, bitch, right? Like they just wanted to be inside of you. They wanted to be you. They wanted to be around you, because it was such a direct contrast. Look at this. We have the ascending energy, which is your energy, right? This person has not made it there. We have that amongst all of this other low vibrational, insecure, second guessing ass energy. Okay. So as their energy was rubbing off on you, so was yours. And they are very much so addicted to it. They just don't know why, because they're not as spiritually inclined. But I do see them going down this path. They have no choice, in fact. What am I doing next? Okay, we're going here with it. No, we're going here with it. Let's dig a little bit deeper here. I keep getting interrupted as I'm apologizing. They're like, girl, what are you apologizing for? Well, it's just unfortunate sometimes when you've done the work that you run into people like this, but this is fated, okay? So in whatever ways, your life, your energy, this journey, okay? Because spirituality is not, it doesn't start and then end. It's an endless journey. It started when you're born, right? And then you forget about it, and then you get awakened, and the journey continues. It is a journey. There's a travel card there. So you may feel, for some of you, as if you've gotten off your game, or you just don't feel the same anymore. It's sort of like you may feel like you fell behind, or you went backwards. You didn't. Okay, as soon as this person is out of your energy, you will start to notice the shift. So let's see here. They're now pointing to this circus tent, and they're showing me the phrase temporary. So this is a connection that was meant to be around for somewhat of a good time. Definitely not a long time. It is a transitional connection, okay? They're wanting you to be optimistic, as anything that's taken away from you, or if you feel like this is being taken away from you, anything that feels as if it's being taken away from you is no doubt going to be replaced with something better. That means that they have something better. They're not just trying to deplete you. They're not trying to send you through the ringer. They're not trying to, flip you upside down. They're needing you to definitely start recognizing these energies and getting out sooner. That's what I will say, okay? A lot of you have a really good heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, very much so emotionally intelligent, okay? And compassionate, right? You may have had people who wrote you off, so you're very understanding. But there's a happy medium that they're trying to get you to find, so that you're not trading off yourself for the sake of lifting up another. Okay, so we have witch within. Okay, so connecting with your inner witch. Don't get alarmed by the term witch, but if you're here with me, then of course you don't, because you're spiritual. You know that it was given a bad rap, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? This is about manifestation. This is about rituals. Everybody wants to go around talking about how they're manifesting and how they want to manifest this and manifest that. Over the last couple of years, the word is sort of like a buzzword, right? But nobody wants to talk about where that stems from. And it's very much so a spiritual thing. Manifestation is a ritual, and it can be deemed to be witchcraft, as they would call it, right? So just keep that in mind. It's not a bad thing. They're wanting you to dig deeper. This is about amplifying your own energy, finding your own power and strength, and understanding the value in that, and also the sensitivity that is involved. Okay, so for manifesting to be right up under ascending, I feel like some of you were on the path to manifesting some very beautiful things. Some things may have already come to fruition, and you saw a slowdown. This is what they're needing you to understand, that it's imperative when you are stepping into this powerful transition, exchange of energy, such as manifesting, that whatever you are connected with or connected to energetically impacts it. Wish come true. See? So you are on the right path. For those of you who were second guessing or questioning whether or not you should give this thing up, whether or not you should move on to something else, this almost feels like a career finance type of issue. And it's all balled into one. They're wanting to let you know that it's not separate. It's all together. That's why it's important to understand who you are involving yourself with, especially sexually, right? That is one of the most powerful energy exchanges. Even just being around people, okay, sharing meals with people, that is an energy exchange. It's imperative for you to be very visual and vigilant about who has access to you. A dream is going to come true. A wish is going to come true. So this is something that you've been hoping for. It's been delayed because of this energy here. So let's see here. I get this person maybe trying to send their energy your way, manifest you back towards them. They're a little bit too high and mighty to come back towards you or to be the one to ask if the two of you are good, if everything is okay. How come you switched up? How come you're not calling me as much, right? How come you're changing up? Like, how come you don't talk about whether or not we're going to be exclusive anymore? How come we don't fuck anymore, right? Like, it might be that, or how come I haven't heard from you? It could be any of those things, anything in between. Any things similar to that. They don't want to be the one to open that door. They're kind of trying to wait for you to do it because they're too insecure to do that. Okay, they need you. All right, I do get this person feeding off of your energy a lot, you guys. I have to be very honest. It's giving vulture type of energy, right? Like you validated this person. I'm not saying that you propped them up on a pedestal. I'm saying just them being able to call you theirs. If the two of you were in a relationship, just the access to you alone. Some of you really poured into this person, like verbally, okay? Spoke life into them. So I get them sucking all of that up, just feeding on it, okay? They may be going through a bit of a withdrawal if you have not been doing that. So we have, okay, cast out. Keep accepting a bad situation. Okay, forcing a person or something to leave, and then the last straw. And I feel like that is the junction that we have arrived at, guys, okay? If I'm honest. This person is not an outcast. They're not a bad person, is what I'm hearing some of you say. Especially if no betrayals were done. I didn't necessarily see that come out here. But that could be the case for some of you. Just take it how it resonates. A lot of what they dealt with was because of how they perceived themselves, and the way that they perceived themselves had a lot to do with the instability from childhood. Okay. For some of them, they could have been an outcast when they were younger, and then they just began running amok, right? Once they became an adult, once they became better looking, once they got more money, once they got established, right? Like, but that insecurity still funked up the whole motherfucking soul. You know what I'm saying? It was just taking over for the 99s and the 2000s. It doesn't matter how many pairs of shoes they bought. It doesn't matter how many cars they got. It doesn't matter how big of a house they got. It doesn't matter how many raises they got. Okay. It doesn't matter how much engagement they get online. For some of you, they may be really popping online. People might actually really be fucking with this person on, the long way. However, it did not take away the stench of how they feel about themselves. This is this person's biggest lesson thus far, that the outside things will not take away you. What the fuck? You're still you. So if you don't work on yourself, bitch, then it doesn't matter. It does not matter how many outside things, how many outside relationships you accumulate. You will never be the collective. The collective cannot save you. You have to save your motherfucking self. Get off the motherfucking shore. How about you hop on a boat, bitch? You're waiting for the collective to come back and save you. They're like, help me, please, help. I need your help. Bitch, if you don't run as far away from this, I don't know what to tell you. This is a warning shot. Pow. It's a warning shot, guys. So, let's hop over to the extended, okay? See where this is going. Definitely want to tap into this person's next steps, okay? So you can be fully prepared. Let's see what their intentions are with those next steps. We will also look to see if this ascension / awakening, the awakening has to happen first, okay? There's a... Okay, they're wanting me to go over the process. There's a process. You don't just all of a sudden recognize that, you're the one fucking up your own life because you've been asleep at the wheel, bitch, and wondering why you ended up in a ditch or hitting a wall, and then all of a sudden you're a starseed the next day, bitch. No, that's not how that works, right? We first need to have that boom, a shock, some kind of tower. Something that hits them in their motherfucking jaw. It might be you, it might be somebody else. Now they're just sitting here waiting. I feel like something is going to hit them. Okay, I see like a side swipe. It's to knock you into reality. It's to make you realize this is not a game, right? Like, you shouldn't just be passing time by. You need to wake the fuck up. Wake up, bitch. Wake up. Wake up. Right? And then once you realize that your life was a complete lie, or what you thought life was a lie, then you have the dark night of the soul. It's a very depressing time. Some of you may have already experienced that, right? This is where you have the questions such as, is this life? What is life? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? What is love? Like, why am I fucking here? Okay. And then you have the awakening, right? Where the answers finally start to come. They kind of just like fall in your motherfucking lap, such as that. Bah. Upon the awakening, there's the ascension. You then start to live in your purpose, right? So that is the process, and that is what this person is being led towards. So we will look to see where they are. I need to know, okay? On the spectrum of motherfucking tower to ascension, as I just went over the whole process, where do they fall? Okay, on that scale. That'll let you know if you should touch this with a 10-foot motherfucking pole. For those of you who care. If you care, I will look. I also would like to know their purest intentions moving forward, as I stated. Did I state that yet? We need to know that for sure. Okay. Let's see what you're setting yourself up for if you go back towards this person, if they decide to come towards you. Because I see them waiting, and I see that being indefinite for the majority of you. I don't see you moving back towards this person as we have had the last straw. Okay, whether they're in denial about that or not is their business. With the last straw here, they would have to be the ones to open that conversation up, to open up that that Pandora's box, so to speak. Let's know why they're doing that, and if the intentions are pure behind that. Where do they see this going? Okay. Also, if you do decide to engage this, we will look to see what the best possible outcome is and the worst possible outcome. I want to look at both. I need to know. Yeah. What are you setting yourself up for emotionally and anything else in between? Okay, should you reinvest in this when they decide to come back towards you? Is it even worth it? Okay, is it worth having that last conversation? Is it worth having any more conversations with this person? Should you just keep it fucking moving? And then we'll get into new. This has been kind of heavy. I see a wish coming true here, and that could be true for multiple areas of your life. So I would like to clarify that wish come true card. Okay, dig a little bit into both love and finances in this new cycle for you. Let's also see how you can best set yourself up for success. Okay, and also place yourself invisible. What is it that you need to do to partner with spirit to become invisible to all low vibrational energy? That means they can't fucking see you. They won't even be interested in you, because I see you needing to get in this travel card and make a beeline towards this direction. You're needing to remain focused. We don't need any detours along the way, such as negative, toxic ass energy. Okay. We'll also see in terms of the new person, what they have in store for you. What are they like? What are they looking for? Is this worth your time? Okay. Is it worth looking at? Okay. What is their personality? Why are they single? What are any red flags or deal breakers that we can know about before you even fucking meet them? How about it? Right? Let's spy just a little bit. Okay. We'll also see what blockages, if any, may be prolonging you from elevating into the next cycle, which is this dream come true. Let's see about those blockages and how spirit suggests you remove them ASAP. Okay. And then we will get the overall outcome of the new thing. Okay. Does it have the potential to go all the way? Is there longevity in it? Is it union? Is there a union that is possible in the new thing? And of course, like I said, I want to look into finances, because I feel like this wish come true is to deal with some kind of a business venture, money, multiple streams of income, such as that. Okay. And then we'll look at your advice, as well as time frames on all things. Okay, all people and the wish come true specifically. I'll throw in an Ask the Universe reading where I'll give you the floor to ask a couple of questions, but I'll have more instructions for that over in the extended. So without further ado, please click the like button, as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. I'm going to see y'all over there, so let's go turn up.